What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Professor Anime. Welcome back to another video. In today's video, guys, I am here to bring you all my review of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress, episode 6. So let's get this started. So jumping into this episode, we see that the after effects that Mume and Ikuma caused in the last episode, mostly Mume, but you know, we see that Mume is now pretty much stuck in a little predicament, literally, where she cannot move her bottom half of her body at all because it is crushed by boulders, at least from what it seems like. And we have it to where Ikuma is trying to get Mume out of there, and eventually more Kabane are coming in. He takes them all out while we have pretty much everyone on the train try to rescue Ikuma and Mume, which they eventually do. But you know, when it came to how Mume ended up getting out of the rubble, I was very questionable on, because it seemed like her whole bottom half of her body was completely crushed by these boulders, you know, and she just, you know, wakes up after she is rescued, and then she goes and starts looking for Ikuma. She's like, yo, wait, where is he? Where is he? She's running and shit, and I'm like, what? Your bottom part, you know, your bottom portion of your body should be like crushed, you know? I mean, I know if they ended up, you know, giving injury to Mume, her bottom half, she's not going to be able to fight anymore. But I mean, like, seriously, I mean, she just gets right up and starts running to Ikuma, and I'm just like, you know, you could have at least been like, ow, ow, maybe a little limp or something like that, but no. I don't know. I just kind of didn't like that. But we had an awesome episode, so I mean, that's the only major issue I had with this episode. I at least thought that was worth mentioning. Now, when it came to when Mume was trapped underneath the rubble, it seemed like she was slightly transforming into a Kabane, it seems. Now, Ikuma, luckily, he had some blood and ended up giving it to Mume to drink, so that way she can withstand the Kabane's transformation. Now, Ikuma stated something to Mume, which I found was very interesting. Ikuma ended up saying to Mume, so if we don't drink blood, will we in fact turn into Kabane? And Mume said, I don't know. You know, I don't know what happens after this, but the people within my group ended up turning into Kabanes. So that means that Mume has been with others who were Kabaneris themselves. But the group that she was in seems to have turned into Kabanes themselves when they didn't get a sufficient amount of blood within their body. But is this an exception for Ikuma and Mume? So even if they don't get a sufficient amount of blood within their body, could they still turn into Kabane? And if not, that would mean that they are literally the cure of the virus, you know, if this in fact is a virus. You know, we don't really know how exactly the Kabane came to be. So when it comes to the Kabane themselves and also the Kabaneri, you know, there are still many questions that are shrouded in mystery, but hopefully all will be explained later down the line. We also get a little bit of backstory of Mume's past, and it seems that her village was burned down, and we did in fact get to see her friend or her sister end up getting killed, most likely her friend. But not only that, we also get to see that she ended up losing her mother in the process as well. And pretty much, I guess this was around the time when, you know, basically the Kabane became a thing. Like, they just found out about them, because she was very little at the time, and it seems that this Kabane incident ended up happening around the time that she was a kid, and nobody knew enough about the Kabane. They just considered them monsters and gave them a name, which was the Kabane. But you could see the amount of, like, chaos that ensued within that portion of her backstory. Pretty much no one trusted one another, and I think actually one of the survivors ended up killing one of the other survivors. I could be wrong on that, but that's what it kind of seemed like. And then the rest of this episode was just trying to get the train away from the facility that they are at and away from this giant black Kabane shadow-like figure that is pretty much chasing after the train. And I gotta say, the fight that ensued on that train, like, I love it when, you know, just the music starts playing with this series. Like, the music is fantastic. How it plays the ending song, but in a more, like, hyped up instrumental tone. Like, I really am digging the soundtrack to Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. The animation is great. The fights look stunning. And also, I mean, we have that samurai dude, the guy in the blue, finally using his cursed sort of sword that Ikuma ended up making to pierce through the Kabane hearts. Like, I thought that was so cool. We see Mume end up redeeming herself also in this episode, trying to, you know, fit in with the humans more and basically redeem herself entirely by taking down the black monster entirely. So yeah, I really enjoyed this episode of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress. I mean, I really liked the soundtrack that was playing throughout the fight. Like, as I stated before, like, I really can't get enough of the soundtrack of Kabaneri. Probably the ending of Kabaneri of the Iron Fortress is probably one of my top picks for this season of anime. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on what you thought about the fight with, you know, Mume and everybody working together on the train. And also, what did you think about Mume's little development that we got in this episode as well? And also, you know, what do you think about her past? You know, really not much was focused on her past. We still have a lot of mysteries and questions about the Kabane and the Kabaneri, but let me know your theories in the comments down below if you have any theories whatsoever. So yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to drop a like. It always helps out the channel. And if you want to stick up to date to my future content on this channel, please hit that red subscribe button below, and you will never miss a video from me. That about does it for this video, guys, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.